Hello guys, I'm your Pokemon Host. Today I'm going to be doing a death battle prediction. Today's death battle prediction will be Among Us versus Fall Guys. I can't believe that they're actually doing this matchup. So, yeah, I got Bowser vs. Eggman correct, but I did have Bowser win, as my prediction said. And I was basically right. Bowser had more instant win cons and was overall more powerful than Eggman himself, which gives him a better chance of surviving, so... Yeah, but it did include like more stuff like transmutation and Kamek's ability to warp like swap items around, which I didn't include. So yeah, but I was right last time, and Bowser vs Eggman was really good, like one of the best death battles they ever made. But yeah, now let's get into Among Us versus Fall Guys, which I had to do a lot of research on this, and I don't even know if I even cracked through any of it. So, yeah, this one's gonna be very complicated because both have little and a lot to do work with. So, yeah. And why is that there's commercials and crossover stuff that you can use, which just make this a lot more complicated. If you scale them to the skins, I don't know who wins. I just don't know, man. If you scale them to like you scale Fall Guys to the skins, you can have like the He-Man skin and other stuff. I don't know. They have Doctor Who scaling, so they probably win if you do that. Realistically, they're just costumes, though. And Among Us does have a crossover, the trailer with a size of planet and a half. So, yeah. Like Among Us character just slices a planet in half with a laser, which would definitely get over light speed. They do also have lasers in the game, so they would already get to light speed. But yeah, this prediction's gonna be all over the place, to be honest, because both have a lot and a little to cover. Because it's just weird. Both came out, both became popular in 2020. So around like what, 4 years ago? Can't believe it's been that long, but yeah. I don't like this matchup. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's a interesting idea, and I do believe that the episode will work. It's just that, like, a lot of stuff is based off interpretation and what you give them. Like, I watched the Death Battle cast to see where they put them, and they barely covered anything, and a lot of updates have happened. So, yeah. There's a major argument that, like, the stuff in Fall Guys or just, like, fake because of doing competition and whatnot, but, like, I don't know. I'ma just count the stuff as real for simplifying things because we just count as fake, then just Among Us wins because they're just way more deadly. But if you do count all the stuff as real and not as holograms and stuff like that, then it's a lot closer. First, like, basic stuff. Beans from Fall Guys are a lot more, like, experienced and skilled with like competitions and stuff like that. That does give them that edge, while the imposter has a gun and a knife and a laser and can shapeshift. So the imposter is like overall more versatile, at least more deadly with their arsenal. Both have invisibility they can use as well. So yeah, there's also like the maps in Fall Guys that has a lot of different stuff you can use for the Fall Guys. And you can even create your own maps and change the maps in Fall Guys, which does give them an environmental advantage. Problem with that is the imposter can hack. As shown when they can like shut down the doors and hack, like start the reactor and cut down the oxygen. So, yeah, I can count. So, Among Us counters Fall Guys as environmental manipulation, just like controlling the environment and playing field, and they can counter it via just simply hacking the device and changing it themselves, which can give Among Us a massive advantage. Another advantage Among Us has is speed. As Fall Guys' best speed feat I could find was in the Death Battle cast with a move slightly slower than a laser, making them like a percentage of the speed of a laser, while Among Us has a straight up laser they can use and fire, which does give them a massive attack speed advantage. Also, both can kind of react to meteorites, as the crewmates can shoot down passing meteors, while the Fall Guy was able to deflect a meteorite, but the speed of the meteors should differ, as the one for Fall Guys was caught on fire. It was also a lot smaller compared to the ones for Among Us. So yeah, this is a weird matchup because there's a lot of different elements you can include with stuff. So yeah. But one major advantage that the Fall Guys have is the constellation feed they have, where they create a constellation, which would make them thousands, if not millions of times stronger than Among Us' planetary or planet destroying feat. So yeah, this is a weird matchup, okay? Because I think we're gonna have Fall Guys win, but I don't know. They had Among Us win on the Death Battle cast, which makes me think that it's gonna win because most of the time, the winner stays the same for the Death Battle cast. As it happened with Bowser vs. Eggman, Gojo vs. Makima, Rick vs. the Doctor, Frieza vs. Megatron, and much more. So, yeah. But this is just very complicated. Also, so far this season of Death Battle, everyone on the left side of the thumbnail has won, and I think Among Us is going to be on the left side, so that increases the odds of winning, because conspiracy theories. I'm just tired, man. I don't want this matchup. I don't want either of them to get on Death Battle, to be honest. I'm fine with the matchup. I don't hate it. I just I don't want to do a prediction for this. It's too complicated. There's too many it's just too weird of a debate. I do believe ultimately Fall Guys' massive strength and durability advantage via the constellation creation feat just gives them a massive advantage, while Among Us does have a slightly better speed advantage, the speed gap is by slightly, as Fall Guys still there's a percentage of a laser, and while Among Us does have a laser and can attack with it, making them FTL, at least a higher percentage of FTL, Fall Guys still isn't that much slower. So yeah, I did see a calculation for the ship's speed feed and scaling them to that, which would get Among Us thousands of times faster than light, which would make them speed blitz by a lot. It would probably give them a massive speed advantage, and if Death Battle uses that feat, then I do see a chance of Among Us just speed blitzing and overpowering the Fall Guys' arsenal, of just hacking it, as a lot of Fall Guys' arsenal is just technology based, while Among Us can just counter that via hacking. Like I already said, so I'm just tired. Ultimately, I don't know who wins, to be honest. There's a lot of stuff you can go through. It's planetary versus solar system to star, and then it's percent of the speed of light to speed of light, or 1,000 times the speed of light. So yeah, I don't know who wins. It's weird. And in animation, they include several different beings and even probably crewmates. So there's that, and there's the different roles in Among Us they included, which makes this even more complicated. Imposter can shapeshift, which does allow them to have a stealth advantage. So there's that. This is just weird. This is a weird matchup. it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really good episodes and stuff, but doesn't really have many bad episodes in recent years, and they only have like a few bad ones. So yeah, I don't know who I'm gonna say wins. I'm going back and forth between this matchup. I have been this entire day since it got announced. I still am doing this video. I'm going with Among Us. Conspiracy theories. Left side of the screen has been winning so far. Among Us form a Death Battle cast. They're decently fast if they can counter the Beans' environmental control in the environment itself via just hacking it. And they have a much more deadly arsenal. But Bean could win if they buy the Constellation feat and just make them massively stronger and more durable. But if they buy 1,000 times faster than light Among Us feat via the ship, the strength and speed gap shouldn't be that big compared to each other. And with Among Us is already massive, like more deadly arsenal and stuff like that, and like more versatile arsenal that can just shut down many of the Bean's options. It could work. I just don't see like. Problem with Among Us is that they don't have a solid way of putting down the Bean. They could like slowly chip at it, but one hit would just end the fight instantly. So yeah, I don't know who I'm gonna say wins. Okay, I'm going back and forth. Among Us has more advantages, but the strength gap is just too big. You know, and can the Constellation feat even scale to the durability though? Can it? Or is it just like the overall attack potency, but it doesn't scale to the durability? I don't know. Why is the debate actually interesting me now? Like, I'm starting to think, like, this is actually very debatable. It's debatable because there's so many factors that I just don't know what factors are more important. A massive strength and durability advantage, or just being faster, being able to counter most of the arsenal, and having more deadly arsenal, but then the Beans have more experience like competing with each other and take hits from each other and being thrown around. I don't know. It's close. Like, I try to go through, like, the Death Battle subreddit to see, like, what is the general consensus, and there were none. I've just been seeing people just say either side without really knowing the other side that well. I'm probably gonna make an update video on this, or, like, make an update in the comments. I'm gonna just say who I believe currently. And if that changes throughout the week, I will make an update video and update it in the comments. Because I want to be right. I am 2-1. I was wrong the first episode. Bowling with Omni-Man, but I was right with Joker and Bowser winning. I want to be correct this time, because that'll give me a positive win score for this year. Even if, like, they might do another episode in December, since if they do a Death Battle every 3 weeks, it should line up with that. But even so, it'd be even if I get that one wrong, it'd be 3-2, which would it'd be good, you know. You have a low 3-2, so yeah. I don't know who's winning this. It's close. It's extremely close. Now, this video is only 14 minutes long and just me repeating stuff at this point. So I'm gonna say Among Us wins. Okay? I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna change it unless I make an update video. Sorry for wasting all your guys' time watching me go through this debate for 14 minutes, just going back and back on the same things, covering the same thing, saying my opinion over and over again. Sorry for that. I just don't know. I would say Among Us wins. Better speed, better ways of shutting down the Beans, like environmental control, more deadly arsenal, And I don't know if a constellation feat can even scale to the bean's durability or not. Beans are probably stronger and might have some abilities that I just don't know about or about stuff, but I'm gonna just say Among Us wins. Because also, left side's been winning so far on the Death Battle thumbnails, and Among Us won the Death Battle cast, and Omni-Man won his Death Battle cast, and so did Bowser. So yeah. Please guys remember, Karen Blaine Bladers Among Us is gonna win. Among Us sweep wheel, yeah.